Are you ready to receive it? This prophetic word is for you. SSJ, come on.
There is a word from the Lord. Can you receive?
Good afternoon and welcome to Connections, and I'm your host, Pastor Kevin McGee of the Victory Temple Church of God in Christ. You're listening to us on IntellectualRadio.com. You can also listen to us on iHeartRadio. Connections is a show designed to keep you connected to the Christian community. So sit back and relax as we get connected. And if you want to become a Connection sponsor, please reach out to me at bishop1915@gmail.com, or you can inbox me on Facebook. Nature Sunshine. Have you met your weight loss goals for 2017? Would you like a natural approach to weight loss? Do you want to see and feel changes immediately? Do you take medication for high blood pressure, diabetes, asthma, fibromyalgia, cancer, arthritis, or any other condition in your body? Do you have poor circulation, frequent colds, flu, or chronic fatigue? Or perhaps you just want to maintain a healthy body? Give Nature Sunshine a try. They have many products and plans that will assist you in losing weight or maintain and improving your health the natural way. You can visit them on their website at www.victoriousliving.mynsp.com and discover how you can live life victoriously. Or you can also email them at cdocgee@yahoo.com. Would you share information that could save the life of someone you care about? Of course you would. Many of our women and girls suffer monthly from the side effects of products currently on the market shelves. Introducing cherished products that are a healthy, natural alternative to the unregulated items currently in circulation. They have supplements for men to aid in prostate health, memory booster, and other nutraceuticals. You can visit their website at nowweknow, that's NOWWENO.net, to find information about their product line. If you would like to have a live demonstration at your events, place an order, or any questions, contact Angela Garrett at 708-508-0592, or you can email her at angiegarrett65@outlook.com. You can also find her on Facebook under Angela Elaine, and Angela is spelled with 2 L's. Or you can order immediately by going to /bit/cherished, that's CHERISHED, today and forever. Today we have my friend and my brother. He is I love you. Everybody knows me know I love Whitney Young.
Yes, sir.
He's a Whitney Young graduate of 1982, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And a few years ago, we participated together in the reunion choir of the concert choir of Whitney Young, honoring Sister Flora Robinson, our old music directress. And we came together in a dynamic concert. And so he has been doing a lot of things. If you followed him on Facebook, you will see all the things that he has been doing. And I wanted to bring this brother on the show to highlight the man and the mission. That just came to me. The man, the music, and the mission.
Oh, wow.
So I want to give a good God bless you to our brother Stanley Stubbs. Man, it's good to have you in the show.
No, man. I've been called a few things.
Man, we're grateful to have you here. So let's get right to it. Like I said, I've been watching some of the things you've been doing over the past couple of years. Some things I wanted to get there, and it always would conflict with something that I had going on. But now you got something that's going to look like it happens once a month. And so that's what we want to talk about today. And hopefully I'll get a chance to get to the next one. But before we get into that, tell our audience we're listening. We got people listening on us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and then on IntellectualRadio.com, as well as iHeartRadio. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Born and bred West Side Chicago. Okay. Attended Whitney Young and Harrison High School. So I, know that flavor, Miss Robinson.
Right. You hit on both sides.
My sisters and I, been writing and producing music for many years. The last few years went into playwriting, and I actually wrote a script for a movie. So I'll be focusing on that next year. But a few years ago, I did an event where I had my School of Performing Arts. And so to do the event, to let people know what I'm planning on doing. So then I came up with this concept of doing gospel jazz. And we did a Jumpin' Juice in Java, which used to be on North Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody ran in there like crazy. The walls were sweating. Kidding me. And they said, "You're going to do this every month?" I said, "No, I couldn't handle it." So I did it every other month, and it outgrew that place after the second event. So I ended up going to other places. In the last event, it was like 250 people coming in just to hear and experience what we were doing.
Wow.
And I had to stop because it wore me out. But now I have a team, wisdom. And so we are going forth into this because this is another river that God wants me to go into.
Awesome. Now, because we're a Christian show, let's get to the Christian connection. What church are you a member of?
I'm a member of Living Word Christian Center.
And then who do you play for? Because I know you play for.
I play for Grace Central now with Pastor Darius Brooks. Right.
Shout out to Darius Brooks.
Just saw him last night. We was on the south side.
And I know he keep you running.
Oh man, yeah, he keeps me going. We only do one service on Sundays. But it's like we're doing a concert every week. For real.
All right. So now let's get into what you're about. First of all, how did Deliverance Production come into being?
Deliverance Productions is basically another stream that God gave me under my umbrella, where we would do events, concerts, to give a platform to people that need it. I mean, we're in situations now where you go to church and you like to be able to experience something different, but you don't have the right place to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is that we're planning to have our own venue where we can do that, almost like not exactly like a supper club, more like a place where you can come sit down, enjoy some food, network, and great music.
I remember years ago, my wife and I, actually our first date, it was strange because first date we went to a concert at Triton that Progressive had down after that's when they had just released Rain on Us CD album. They have CDs back then.
Right.
And then there was a place on the north side called Marie's Musical Sanctuary.
Yeah.
And it was a place where you can go and you can eat, and they had gospel music being performed, and it was just an awesome event. And unfortunately, people just didn't really catch the vision, what that symbolized, and so they eventually closed not long after that. But I love that concept because you can go anywhere else and have all kinds of other music going on. Why not have our music with a flavor to it?
Exactly. Exactly.
And so I love it. And I think probably the more mature audiences will really love it.
Yes.
And,
the first show, which was in October, we had a real bad storm in Chicago that day, and we had about 30, 40 people maybe show up the first venue, and mature audience, and they were like, "That's it? You're stopping?" Man, we've been going on for a good 2.5 hours, So this last show we had, I'd say almost capacity of the place. We had some people standing up in the back, and then because the first show, a couple came and they said they drove all the way from Elgin, South Elgin, and they said we're coming back with 8 people the next time. Someone drove 3 hours from Iowa, a Dolphin, they in the rain.
Man, well, we can thrive in water.
Well, that's right. That's right. So her and her husband, both of them from Whitney, back in, I think they were first graduating class.
Okay.
They drove 3 hours all the way to be here.
Oh, wow.
So it's like people are gravitating to it because it's a necessity. I think when you supply necessity, then it's always going to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So we've had a lot of events in Chicago where people they've planned to do this, but they don't have longevity in their plans.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody want to eat.
Show enough.
Everybody,
church folk.
Church folk. Everybody love music.
Yes.
And what we've added this component is that what we do in between is that we actually do networking. So some sponsors come in, they sponsor an event, and then they do a presentation of their business.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's different.
Exactly. So they get to have their, I mean, come on, how many times you can get 100 people in a spot to listen to your presentation?
All right. So all you entrepreneurs, all you business owners out there, you need to hook up with this.
Yeah.
For
a fee, naturally.
For a fee.
For a fee, yeah.
Because you have like vendor tables and things like that.
Yeah, we set up a table for them, and then, like for instance, an alumni from Whitney Young. Whitney Young, loving you guys. Shauna Jones.
Mm-hmm.
She is a loan officer for Federal Bank, Federal Loans and Savings, and Angel, who does. She's gonna kill me. Her business is right here. Legal Shield. There you go. Legal Shield. They do their presentation. Because Shauna shares experiences about investing, businesses, homes, real estate, all that kind of stuff. A lot of stuff that people don't know that they try to figure out, but they don't know how to do it.
I know my wife would love that because she's an entrepreneur. She's a business owner, and I know a lot of business owners out there. So listen, we really need to look at this because not only will we be supporting a dolphin to all of my fellow dolphins out there,
20% brain mass capacity.
But also you are in a position to highlight your business. And that's, hey, in the C Connection, we can do a remote right there.
You know what?
Show.
We can make that happen.
We can do a remote right there.
We can make that happen. You just spoke that in existence.
I'm going to try, that'd be a great date night for my wife and I too.
Yeah, there you go. It's funny because one of my friends, he came and he didn't tell his wife that they were going to see me. So they're bowlers. So they were like, okay, we're going out. Well, where we going? He didn't tell her. Till he walked in and she saw me. She said, oh my God, okay, this is done. After that show, now they're bringing a van of people to the next show.
Oh, wow.
But it's a date night thing. And we're getting a lot of response from that too.
And I know my oldest son would love this because he's a musician.
Yeah.
He plays drums, keyboards, and bass.
He would have loved the last show. The last show we had Mike Manson.
Oh, wow.
The bass player.
Yes.
If you don't know who Mike Manson is, he's played for everybody, everyone. From Layla Hathaway to Joe Sample to George Duke. I mean, he's right here in Chicago, and he came in and just ripped it. And then Cynthia Jernigan came in.
Oh, she's awesome. She's awesome.
Messed up everything. Okay. Plus my band. And I have some singers too. So it's a great show.
And we got some people watching via Facebook Live. I see my wife, Dr. McGee, she's watching. Julie Jemison, V. Roger, Rebecca Richmond, Jacqueline Harris Stanberry is watching. Gary Jantho, he's from Whitney. I think he was my class, 1985. Amen. So we're watching. Okay, so before we get to Shabbat, what other projects or productions have you been involved with?
Well, like I said, I'm a songwriter first. So I've written for a lot of artists and started out their careers from Lonnie Hunter, Bashan Mitchell, New Direction, Sweet Holy Spirit, Angie Spivey, Tyrone Dickinson. There's so many. And then as a teacher, because I teach as well, I've been teaching public-private schools for over 30 years, which I just retired myself this past year.
Oh, wow. Done. Congratulations.
I'm about my watch, man. I'm done, okay? And so I was doing that, and then when I had my school, I was complaining to a friend of mine who's a director, film director, and I was sharing with him on my frustration on how I see the same clichéic plays and movies. In the play, you're always going to see the church scene. You're going to see somebody get shot. You're going to see, the prostitute and all that stuff, and the drug dealer, right? Okay, there's more to it than just that calamity. Mm-hmm. So he said, man, you should write something. So I did. I thought about it, and I wrote this play. I started out as I was going to make it a one-man show. Very little acting, but I just had a concept. So it was like more or less like Three Faces of Eve kind of thing. One person, three different personalities. And then God hit me upside my head and said, nope, got to go deeper. So I was inspired by The Wizard of Oz. And a lot of people don't know the analogy of what I got of The Wizard of Oz is that all those characters were her personalities.
Oh, okay.
Think about it.
Never thought about
Scarecrow, right? Tin
Mhm.
Man, even the witch, both witches, good and bad, right? Okay.
Right.
So I woke up and I was like, wow, okay, so it came out to be 7. So then I just started writing characters based on the DNA of man, our personalities, our sides. And I called it 7 Shades of Man. And the response was crazy. We did 8 shows. And then from that, I was approached to actually do Duke Ellington.
Right. Now, I remember seeing all the promos for that on Facebook, and I'm like, man, I need to try to get to that. And that's the one I could not get to.
Yeah, and it was intense. I actually got a chance to meet Duke Ellington's grandnephew, Trace Ellington, phenomenal pianist. And we worked together on some things after that. And then I came across, then I got a call from Thomas Dorsey III.
Oh, wow.
So we have the rights of 400 songs. And I actually did the single with another dolphin. You know, I just believe in doing that. Steve, McCatty, Maestro, and myself, we did a remake of one of the songs. So project that's in the wings. Then I've also been approached by B.B. King's daughter, Shirley King, to write a musical as well. So I'm just doing, just being me, man, just trying to keep it going.
So we're gonna have you on that Whitney Young Facebook page where we talk about all the dolphins that are.
You saw me. I responded to that. And I said, I will be next.
I believe it. I
said I will be next. I will be next. Yeah.
And man, that's just awesome. What was the motivating factor when you talked a little bit on it? But what was the motivating factor? What said you got to do Shabbat? You have to do this.
One of my plans is to have my own venue and a place where I can do my productions. My mother was a chef. She's still alive, but she was a chef. And so we've always entertained, on all levels. And I remember there used to be a place called, there used to be a supper club, George Supper Club downtown. And I went there and I saw that place. And I was like, man, I would like to have a place like this. I actually had a land contract with, what's the spot used to be on 83rd? Honeysuckles.
Mm-hmm.
And God said no. And as soon as I had the contract in hand, everything was in place. He said no, and I had to step away. E2 happened 2 weeks later. And they owned Honeysuckles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's always been in my heart to have a place where we can go get a concert or a play or something like that, get good food, get a nice networking place. And we don't really have a place like that in Chicago. Most venues are either one or the other. But I think by combining it and giving it a good atmosphere, so I've been driven by that. And plus, I just love to have fun, man. The music, it's great.
Well, since you like to have fun, see, that's a good segue. I surprised Stan when he came in, had a keyboard already set up on the table for him. Well, talk about Shabbat first.
Okay.
Talk about what Shabbat is. And then what we want you to do is just give them some flavor of Shabbat. Let them know what they'll be experiencing when they come.
Shabbat, gospel jazz. We know the definition of Shabbat is a exuberant praise, a high praise. And gospel is spreading the good word, good news. And jazz is all about improvisation. So what we express at this event is you get all styles of music. You get gospel, you turn around here a little Stevie Wonder, you get some George Benson, you turn around here some Israel, and we do a really nice hodgepodge of it all. And plus I created this concept called flip the script. And that's when, like people like yourself be in the audience trying to out-sing people up front. Mm-hmm. So basically what we do is we pick a song and we challenge the audience to rewrite the lyrics and come up and sing second half.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That can be good and that could be.
It could be, right. Well, so the first time we did it, we did Masquerade. to see them jump up, man, or sing and write these lyrics. And I said, okay, all right, that's cool, it's okay. So they did their thing, and then after that, the last show we actually did was Midnight Train to Georgia. I think that was a different group because they didn't want to challenge themselves, but they were definitely singing in the audience in the middle of the service. Service. So, I didn't say we gave a trip away to Mexico last month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a trip for two.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, was that because whoever wrote the best song?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Whoever, look under your chair.
All right. So what I do is get there early and look under all the chairs first. And then...
Nah, I ain't gonna happen. Because you don't know what we're gonna do. That's what I love about my team. We try to be as impromptu as much as possible. We want people to come in and just have an experience. Now give us a couple of. Why don't you go down the list on your team member, because I know you got some Dolphins on your team. Yeah. Well, my administrator is Bernetta Hines. She graduated.
She graduated after we did.
After you did.
And I tried to get on here last week to talk about, but she was busy. So I said, let me go to the man himself.
Right. Handling my business. That's what I'm saying. She keeps me in line. She really does. A lot of people think that I don't need an administrator, and I'm like, man, you're crazy. I need an administrator like. Water out of faucet. It's a necessity. So I really appreciate her, and she brings her. Matter of fact, I met her before she was actually volunteering to be a part of my Duke Ellington play.
Right, because she was actually pushing it towards me, saying, you need to come to this. And I remember all the shots of rehearsal and stuff.
Right,
yeah.
And I didn't even know that she was that young until she came to rehearsal for the choir reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what you do? Young? She said, I said, okay, cool. So we just really hit off. Shauna Jones from my class. Mm-hmm. And we just, it just happened. And then Angel, who is also from my class. When we did our reunion, I think it was our 35th reunion. Man, that's a long time ago, 35 years. Yeah, okay, so anyway, it was actually our 30th when we touch bases, and we realized we were in all these pictures together, at all the events, mm-hmm. but we never connect. You know how big the class is. You don't know everybody. You don't know everyone in class. But when you start to get in those years, that groups start to get smaller
and smaller.
So we started looking and noticed that we had a lot of pictures together. I said, we need to talk. So we just started talking and everything, and business minds. So that's right now. That's the team of those 3 ladies. They call themselves like my Charlie's Angels in a sense, But that's really my team. Then I have an awesome band, Anthony Alamandola. I've been practicing his name. Mike Flowers, awesome bass player and keyboard player. Bishop Elder Dennis Griffin on keys. We have. Then we have Brandon Tigner play drums. Okay. And then I have another keyboard player who's coming back in and out. So he's working on his schedule. And then we have my 3 singers, actually 4 singers, Michael Smalley, Carla Fleming, let's see, David Simmons, and Karima Boyd. That's 4, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So that's the team, man. And then what I enjoy is that some of the family members are actually coming to help set up. They set up and they break down. We still need more volunteers, like this gentleman right here.
Man, I can get the word out.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's the whole point. That's actually I'm looking to. I've learned over the years, you've got to have people in their lanes, and I'm not a person to do all that because I wear myself out. I'm looking for someone who believes in what we're doing as far as marketing and promotions. I'm kicking them under the table in case y'all didn't notice. So we're looking to expand because the goal is to have a venue. We're committed. I mean, Bernetta said when she got involved, we're going to do this for a year.
Yeah, that sounds like Bernetta.
That's Bernetta. Oh, no, I said, okay. I'm thinking about all the work every 3 weeks from doing a show. And so it's not an easy show to pull together because you don't want to do all the same music.
Right.
You know, then you have to do all the arrangements and all the challenges, all that, which is not a problem, but it's just that's where it's going. So we have a really solid team. I'm looking to expand right now because we need to expand because we're at the point the capacity of the place is about 120. We want to get to where we do 2 shows in one night.
So you need at least minimum capacity 500.
Yeah.
I'm speaking some things.
I spoke that. I stand in agreement. I said any investors, let me know.
So, all right. So now that we talked a little bit about Shabbat, let's give them a flavor of Shabbat. What will they be listening to when they come?
Chopsticks.
No, man. You gotta give them a little something. Cause see, our people we're visual.
We're visual,
and we listen by audio. We hear good music. Oh man, I gotta go check that out. So let's give them a little something.
Okay. You gave me this Casio.
Yeah, I know. The Yamaha was not at home.
I have no power.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
there you go.
Look at that. I almost got out of it. There's a song we do by myself. If I can get a Fender Rhodes on here. That's good. So if I move over, you can still hear me, or do I need to change this?
We can resituate the mic.
All right.
Or Earl, is that other mic live on the other side of him? Yeah, you can just yeah.
I'll sing this song. This was the first song that we did that night, and I thought it would set the atmosphere a little bit. And it's a song by George Benson. Lord, help me. I do not own the rights of this song.
Yeah. The new Facebook rule.
New Facebook rule. Everything must change. Where's my volume? That was a nice intro. Thank you. Goodbye.
Let's see.
I'll turn it down a little bit.
Oh, down.
Is that better? Okay. Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Everything must change. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. The young becomes the old, and mysteries do unfold. But that's the way of time. Yes, everything must change. There are not many things in life you can be sure of. Who said raindrops from clouds, sunlight up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. Everything must change. That's enough.
And you drawing them in. Facebook Live is filling up now.
But it's early, man. I mean, you know, I didn't know I was coming. I would have been like, oh, you know.
We got so many people that are Facebook Live. Valante Grant, my cousin Ked Jones, Shanessa Carter, Pastor Jeffrey Avery, Cedric Ford, all the way from Texas.
Cedric, what up,
Cedric
man?
is watching, man. Lisa Steele, with another Whitney Younger.
What up?
Demetria Brand Triplet, I believe, from Indianapolis. Amen.
Oh,
so we got some people that are on my Facebook Live feed, man. They're listening to you, Doc.
Yeah.
And,
okay. I got Dion Davis from Whitney Young.
Yes.
And we got Pastor Linton on here. Some of my group singers. A lot of folk. So this is great.
So you gotta give them at least one more.
Oh,
all the people,
man.
All these people are tuning in. They're listening, man. Cause see, they want to come. Listen, everybody, you want to come to Shabbat. You want to come to Shabbat. It is Shabbat Gospel Jazz, December the 2nd.
Yes, sir.
At 7 p.m. The doors open at 6, and it's only a small fee of $20. It will be at the Hope Cafe, 2431 West Roosevelt Road in Chicago, with the SSJ Experience and the featured special guests Diamond Sneed and T.L. Williams. Listen, you want to be a part of this.
Now check it out. Ramon Sanders, that's my other keyboard player, who I didn't, and I'm going to make sure I acknowledge all my people. T.L. Williams is the guy who did Getting More Money Than You. Remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
I love that song. I don't know what it's about. I mean, but that song, that groove. Young guy. Actually, Diamond Sneed is my daughter. So this will be our first time actually doing something together.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
man. So it's exciting. Hope Cafe is actually owned by Hope Academy.
Okay.
So some of the proceeds actually goes to the Academy. It's a great place, nice venue. I always encourage people to support different venues like this. So it's a great place to go. Even if you just want to go over there and get some nice coffee during the daytime. I'm promoting for Hope Academy now and Hope Cafe. So, you know, they're actually trusting us to do this every month. Now we won't be doing it January.
Okay.
Because weather.
Right.
I'm just thinking that way. But then I started thinking, somebody said, no, if you want to go see someone, you'll travel the distance in the weather, which is true, but I just don't want any expenses, man. I don't want no bills.
I understand.
I want to be debt free.
Volante Grant says, wow, caught off guard and on a Casio, that's talent.
He said Casio. Yes.
Casio, yes.
No sustain pedals.
No,
none.
A Casio is like the beginning keyboard for many keyboard players.
Casio, you know, Casio for me is like, it's something you just don't do, you don't touch. It's like, oh, a Casio, but I'll teach on it. But no, I won't take it out to gig anywhere, man. Man,
it's just awesome. But you know, you make anything sound good, you know. So
I appreciate it. You heard that in his voice, right? Good. When a preacher do this, good, and then they put a T on instead of a D, good, right?
Listen, how has your faith prepared you for what you're doing right now?
Oh my God. Well, I can give you my testimony. Since the last time I was here, I was attacked physically. My son, the Great America, you know, being a great dad and stuff, and his friend wanted to go, so I paid for him. I'm not trying to be a big time guy, but I just felt I needed to show love to his friend. So I went to Great America. I came back home with a little cut under my big toe, and it got infected by 3 different bacteria. So I got sick really fast and really bad, and they hospitalized me and then told me that the infections, they didn't know what it was. So I was on 9 different medications, and they had to amputate my big toe. And then I was like, well, you know, I still got my foot. Big toe, okay, I can balance. I woke up, they took the big toe and the toe next to it.
Oh, wow.
They said the infection had just got really bad. And then a week later, I'm still in the hospital on that medication, 9 pills twice a day. They still didn't know what the bacteria was because it was spreading so fast. So they amputated all the toes on my left foot.
Oh.
And then because of the medication, I couldn't eat. So my kidneys started to go bad. And I couldn't eat anything for 8 days, none but chopped ice. I was in the hospital for 5.5 weeks. I lost 77 pounds the wrong way. So came home, still on those meds. And 2 weeks later, I'm back in because I'm throwing up blood. I mean, I'm talking about 4 or 5 times a day. So I'm back in the hospital 2.5 weeks again. Come back home. 2 weeks later, I'm back in the hospital again, doing the same thing. So it's all I could say is that I kept saying, "That's all you got? That's it." So okay. So I came back home and started to do Kelton again because I felt my energy. I needed to keep going because I honestly felt like I was getting ready to give up twice. So I got to a point where I literally had to really dig in and just pray. Now, the show wasn't successful like I wanted it, but I had to keep going, So I don't know anything but faith. Pastor Brooks was preaching last night. Notice I called him Pastor Brooks, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was teaching on Hebrews 11:1, which is one of my favorite scriptures. And he broke it down like how I normally think anyway. Now faith. I don't have to go any further.
Right.
And that stopped right there.
Now faith.
Now faith, So my faith is seeing it through, trusting God on everything. My son's a freshman in college at Dean University up in Massachusetts, playing football on a $50,000 scholarship.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir. And I have a granddaughter now, and so my faith is making sure that I trust in him wholeheartedly, and everything I do, I put him first. So I think about things thoroughly, and I say, okay, this is what we have to do. Oh, okay, fine. Lord, what you think? And I don't move. I don't move. I talk about things that I like to do, but I don't move until he tells me to move.
Also, and if more of us would exercise that,
yeah,
we would have a lot less shipwrecks.
Oh my God. I look at, I think about all the time. I wrote a song called Why Me? And I actually wrote it for Yolanda Adams. I never just got a chance to give it to her, but I use it for one of my plays. And it talks about how you ask the question, why me, Lord? Why am I the one? And I think that's my testimony. Why am I always different than everybody else? Why am I always being put over here? Why am I, you always put me in the spot to do this? When I wrote, that movie, The Bucket List?
Mm-hmm.
I went to see it, and I loved the movie, but I hated the title of the song. Of the movie, because, as Dolphins, we think differently. And so I said, well, I like the concept, so I created a life list instead of a bucket list, because I want to live.
Yeah, you're not trying to, before I die, I don't want to focus on why I'm dying.
Before I die, put my ashes on that mountain up there. You know what I'm saying? No. I did it too because I want to experience it, because then I want to be able to be 95 and tell my grandchildren, great-grandchildren, your grandfather went here, your grandfather did this, and he prepared this for you so you can have a good life. So the first thing I wrote on my life list was a Brazilian tour. And 2 weeks later, actually, a friend of mine called me, hey, Pastor wants you to come down to Brazil. I said, when? 2 weeks.
Oh.
So I had to prepare to go to Brazil, all expenses paid, and get compensation and minister for 2 weeks.
And it's interesting you said that. The life list.
A life list.
Number one, Habakkuk tells us to write the vision, make it plain.
That's right.
Anything we really want to do, we need to write it down. My wife and I, we just wrote down a big list, put it on the refrigerator.
Yeah.
So this is what we're praying for. Told the family, this is what we're praying for.
Mm-hmm.
Because life and death, is in the power of the tongue. Mm-hmm. We speak those things. Now, the bucket list, what we keep saying is, well, before I die, I want to do this before I die. And what's in our verbiage is the word die.
Exactly.
Instead of saying, while I'm living, this is what I want to do. Yeah. While I'm living, this is what I want to do. God, next, I want to do this. So you spoke what you wanted to do.
Exactly.
2 weeks in Brazil. And there it was, because you spoke it in life.
Oh, my God. And to go, I was going with one of my artists that I produced, and she didn't go. So now it was really on me, because I had to not just be the worship leader, but I had to be the artist as well. So imagine, on the way to Brazil, the favor of God had really jumped in, because a friend of mine said, hey, how you flying? I said, I'm flying United. Oh, great, I got you. She actually works for United. So I get on the plane and they upgrade me. Upgrade the brother,
Wow.
It was a blessing. I got there, and as soon as I got there, I'm staying in a mansion, literally in the mountains, and they were excited about me coming. Then they kept talking about my other artists. I said, she's not coming. They were like, but she's coming. And I said, but she's not coming. So literally they had posters plastered all around Sao Paulo.
Oh,
with us on it, everything. So the next time, the following year, they called me back. Want you to come back. Okay, cool. So I had my project with me, and I only had a few CDs because I was, literally another 2-week situation. As soon as I get off the plane, I'm on the radio for 3 hours. Now, mind you, they're translating me speaking in Portuguese. So I'm talking and translating, and then they did the same thing. Stan, sing something. I never confessed to be a singer. I know what my strengths are. I know I can do what I have to do. I thank God for my gift of writing and producing and sing when I have to. So literally now I'm singing all over Sao Paulo. So I'm at the last church. I did a workshop and everything. And then on that Friday, the pastor said, I want you to bring a word. What? Yeah, bring a word. I said, why? Everybody got a word. Okay. So I did Friday. And then his son said the next morning, Dad said he wants you to do it again tonight. Why? He said, because more people are coming. Ooh, okay. So then I do that. And then that night, a couple came up to me and said, what are you doing tomorrow morning? I said, resting, because they have evening services here. Sorry. And they said, well, we want you to come to our church. It's in Campinas. It's like an hour and a half away. I'm 3 years old. So how many people do you think in a small church, a 3-year-old church?
Maybe about 100, 150.
If you're lucky. That's like an anniversary.
Right.
So I pull up to this church. There's 1,100 people in this service.
In a small church.
And I'm standing here like, what? They said, yeah, so we're going to buy everything. I only had 60 CDs because I was all over the place. We're going to buy everything you have, books, everything you have, we're going to buy it. And you got a word, right? Everybody got a word. So I'm like, okay. Thank God I've been writing while I was there, and I wrote some simple songs where we could translate into Portuguese. So I started teaching. I did praise and worship, and I just started teaching my songs in Portuguese. And folk were just, I'm like, okay, all right. So now they want me to come back. They're trying to get me back this year to do a workshop. So I'm just thankful for that writing down of that one particular thing. There's more to the list.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I know.
You went to be a worship leader, end up preaching.
Yeah.
So they had to translate your message in Portuguese as well, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
It's
awesome.
It's an experience. One thing I learned about going overseas is that they take the word verbatim. If you don't give yourself to Christ tonight, we don't know what's going to happen to you tomorrow. Whoosh.
Oh, wow.
You can go there with John 3:16. Whoosh.
They're coming for it. They're hungry for it.
Because they need. That's why Africa is so hungry. That's why you see those churches in Africa where there's 200,000 members. Because they're hungry. Not because of the money thing. It's all about the word. And that's what it is. That's why I'm thankful growing up, being in a Living Word ministry for about 7 years, in the music ministry there, where you're learning the word and you're making the word become life.
Wow. That's awesome. We need to adopt that thinking over here.
Exactly.
Where we literally take the word of God so seriously that, as Scripture says, the day that you hear my heart, the day you hear my voice, harden not your heart.
Yeah.
Amen. Shout out again to more people who come on. Shout out to Annette Harris. She's another host here on IntellectualRadio.com. She hosts Mind, Body, and Soul on Wednesdays afternoon. Rodney Lawrence Jones, Carol Jones from Whitney Young. She's chimed in. Monica Ortiz, she's also from Whitney Young. She chimed in. We just thank God. Let's see. So we got so many people that's watching and so many people that are impressed with your Casio ability. But we thank God. Again, we're going to do a quick shout out to our sponsors. Angela Garrett, who was a guest on our show a couple of weeks ago. She has this awesome product for women. Would you share information that could save the life of someone you care about? Of course you would. Many of our women and girls suffer monthly from the side effects of products currently on the market shelves. Introducing cherished products that are a healthy, natural alternative to the unregulated items currently in circulation. They have supplements for men to aid in prostate health, memory boosters, and other nutraceuticals. So you can visit them at Now We Know, that's NOWWENO.net, to find out more information about the product line. And if you want to have a live demonstration at your events, place an order, or any questions, contact Angela Garrett at 708-508-0592, or you can email her at angiegarrett65@outlook.com, or you can find her on Facebook, Angela Elaine, and Angela is spelled with 2 L's. Man, I'm so grateful for you being here. And listen, again, Shabbat.
Yes.
Deliverance Production presents Shabbat Gospel Jazz, December the 2nd, 2017 at 7 p.m. The doors open at 6 p.m. The cost is only $20 at the Hope Cafe, 2431 West Roosevelt Road in Chicago, featuring special guest Diamond Steed and T.O. Williams, and you'll be with the SSJ Experience. The sponsors are the Federal Savings Bank and Legal Shield. And you can feel free to visit Victory Temple every Sunday morning, 8 o'clock a.m. to 9:30 a.m. We're located in the Community Presbyterian Church building at 2000 West Roosevelt Road in Broadview, Illinois. Tomorrow's message is, who is like the Lord? Tomorrow will be a day of just worshiping and praising God. Listen, I've been in the spirit of praise all week, so we're going to continue that on tomorrow morning. Amen. Who is like the Lord? Stay tuned for Humanities in the Headline right here on IntellectualRadio.com.
Hallelujah is the high.